think I'll take my whiskey neat, my coffee black in my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I'll take my whiskey neat, my coffee black in.
You put permanent vinyl on books, cups, water bottles, etc. This video is definitely going to be for you, because based on my experience, I'm going to share with you the type of designs to avoid. That is from the font, whether it's a circle, a star, things that you just need to stay away from when you're using permanent vinyl, unless it is a UV DTF. These don't really move. I think I saw someone boiling it and that's how they got it off. But with these are the most durable ones. These are the ones that you want to aim for. I haven't done those with my new collection, is that I want to see what's selling first, and then I'll send it off to a company to UV my designs. But for now, I'm using permanent adhesive vinyl for all my cups, but this one is an exception, as I was just trialing with this one and see how it feels, and I really love it. If this was to be a vinyl, I wouldn't recommend doing this pattern. I wouldn't recommend using any of this plant, because it will definitely wash off in about 3 months time. Reason being, the stems, you want to avoid design that has thin lines or stems. So since we're starting off with this cup, I'm going to start off with designs to avoid, and then we'll go into type of fonts that you should definitely avoid using. So for example, avoid using anything that has no texture in the middle, that only have a outline, if you're using vinyl that I'm talking about. If DTF, feel free to do the polka dots and all those little dots, but with these, no. Even with this writing here, I wouldn't recommend it for permanent vinyl, because this piece here is bound to lift quicker when they wash it. It doesn't matter if it's not going into the dishwasher, it will. Because I've done some of these before and I've learned the hard way. If you want your customers to return, first impression is everything. It's not about looking cute. You want that first impression. Like when the customer get their order and it serves them a long time, they're definitely gonna place an order again. So just remember that. With this design, I chose it because it has round edges. You want to go for a design that has round edges, no stems. Hence why I did this one. And the sizing of this design as well. If I had made this smaller, I wouldn't be recommending it. I wouldn't have done it. I know these might look a bit spacey, and then it might be so tempting to want to fill the gaps, but I just know if it would look good the first day when I do it, but when the customers start washing it, those dots or any stars, anything like that, they're gonna wash away, and then they're not gonna want to buy from me again. When I was making this t-shirt and socks design, they had a lot of socks options and t-shirt options. Some of the socks options, they had so many lines in them that I'm like, I'm never gonna do that one because it's gonna wash away. I only had this thick line because I know it can hold up for a long period of time. With this t-shirt as well, I ensured that it's a blocked t-shirt, that there's nothing to weed from the inside. So I know that this will definitely last for a long time. I'm going to show you some of the designs that I was thinking about when doing the t-shirt design and why I went with this. Fonts to avoid. I know you lovely people, you love your cursive writing, those lovely swivels and stuff like that, but I'm telling you right now that the blocked letters should be your best friend if you are using vinyls. You just need to find a way to make everything look good. It doesn't have to be those cursive. Once you're using glass or bottles, stay away from those cursive writings. Okay, so this is me in Canva. Canva is where I do all my designs, and if you are new to starting a business, you're new to designing, Canva should be your best friend. I said that all the time. I don't get affiliate from Canva, which I should look into that completely, because I just love using Canva. It's so user friendly, easy to use. They've got templates that you can just amend it so that it can fit your brand and your color template, but that's beside the point. I'm using my YouTube channel name to demonstrate this. So the first one, Get Busy With Me. I would not recommend this to go on water bottles or glass because the lines are so thin. I've used this one before. This was my the first font I used when I was doing these water bottles. I usually put names on them. That was the first font I used, and I'll put a picture right here of how it looks with my name on it. But it looks so good in person, but the durability, it's really not gonna last, trust me. This one is a bit iffy because it's thick, but you've got some thin lines around here. I think you could get away with this one. I believe you could get away with this one. But let's go back to this one again. When you're doing fonts that have like the dots, like you have to dot the I's and other things, that you have to take into consideration those dots. They're gonna wash away quickly if you use those fine dots. So sometimes you don't have to include the dots, and sometimes you can. The dot is definitely gonna disappear after a few washes. This one, these are the one that you want to go for. Number 3 is legit one of those that will definitely last longer. Why? Because each character are very thick. I do offer these on my Etsy store. When I was doing these water bottles, I offer them because when people are buying gifts for mail, these are the one that they tend to go for. They don't really go for the cursive one. So that is something as well. When you're doing DIY, you want to offer a plain text that is a unisex text. This is such a lovely one as well. But my fault with this one is these fine and thin lines. If you guys can see the cursor, that's where I'm following. These thin lines here are my problem points. I've used these fonts as well. I've sold these fonts when I've given these fonts as option. This one right here, but this one I didn't. I just use it for me because it's just me. You know, these dots on the eye, these are the dots that we need. These aren't going to wash away that quickly. Sometimes what I do is I'll take a different dot to put on each, just so that if it doesn't fit, I wouldn't put it. But if it aligns with the pattern, I'll try to put a different dot instead of the one that's there. I just found this font and I love it so much. This is a font that I would definitely recommend as well. It's so thick. The dot on the eye is perfect as well. It's not, I don't believe it's gonna stay that long, but I really do love that dot. But these are really the fonts that you want to go for. And here is what I'm saying. The top one, I noticed that when people are doing bridesmaid gift, if you're someone that provides bridesmaid bundles, these are really the fonts that they go for, these flashy fonts. If you are putting these on garments, it will be totally fine. But if you are putting those on glass, you're gonna be in trouble. You might get bad reviews if you use this one on glass, because they're gonna lift very easily and they're so hard to weed. Don't do that to yourself with these ones. To weed, they're gonna be a nightmare. But I am going to these one here, I am going to print them on the Cricut in a bit, and then I'm going to put them on this. So stay tuned for that so we can see how it looks on the glass. This one is another one, a unisex one that I call it. I love to use it as well. It's just bold and simple. Not everything has to be flashy. Simple is more sometimes. I do recommend this, the dot as well. lovely. That's definitely gonna last. For this one, I always put this one in, and there's someone that always buy it. As it relates to the font as well, I just want to clear up that it really depends on the size of the font, the size of the design that you are going to put on your glasses or bottles or whatever, because some of those design, I just look back and I've noticed that I've done them before, but because they're so big, I don't think my customers had an issue. So everything I say, just take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna just put some pictures here, because I just realized that all the bottles that I've done with those designs, I haven't received any complaints, and the complaints that I've received is about maybe something is broken during the delivery process, which is not my fault. Although I'm saying to be cautious of those fonts, it really depends on the size. If you're going to put a tiny size, it definitely going to wash off quickly, but for some of the cursive one, bold them. It could also be that I'm using a good vinyl, so take that into consideration as well. So everything I'm saying, it really depends on the situation. Let's go on to the designs. By looking at this, what design do you think you should stay away from? You should definitely stay away from these small circles. You should stay away from these type of design that doesn't have anything in the middle. You can still cut these design, but ensure that when you cut it, this is how you weed it. This is the bit that you take when you weed it. Design with stems as well. I stay away from those that has these fine stems. So the difference between this and this, I would choose this over this one. I choose this one if for some reason I said, oh, I want a design that doesn't have this thick alignment in the middle. I'll go for this one. Reason being, because the outer line looks so thick, very thick. If you look at this one, it's so thin. So I'd definitely go with this one if for some reason I want to go with this pattern. But you want to go for design like this one, where it's so round and it has no stems. But if you're going for stems, go for these thick stems. Again, you want design like this. Rounded edges design is really what you want to go for. It doesn't have to be this exact design, but design with rounded edges like this one. It's going to be very hard to wash off. That was one of the reasons why I went with these cow print mugs, because I still have one that I use every single day and it's still intact. I've been using it for a year now. So these big designs, the bigger, the better. Trust me on that one. You want to avoid this. You definitely want to avoid these. I did a jar with some words and I put the stars on it because it looks so beautiful. Stars were the first thing that started to lift. Even though they look so good on it, but I'm saying to avoid any bad reviews, please avoid those stars with the pointy edges. Stars and everything is intact except for the stars. Even this star, I would avoid this star as well, but you can use it with caution because it's pointy here. It will lift easier. But look at this one now. This one has rounded edges, and this is the one that I'd recommend. I know the ones that don't look cute are the ones that is, you can put them smaller, duplicate them and make something nice, something nice like that, 3 stars or something like that. You don't have to make it that big, but these are the stars that you should consider using when weeding it as well. These parts of the W and the T, they're a challenge, but definitely stay away from this one. There are some other designs that you guys should really stay away from, but this is what I'm going to touch on right now. But for now, we are going to print on this one, and then we are going to see how the designs look up close and personal. This is where I keep most of my vinyl. I've got so many colors here. I'm not sure which colors to choose for the designs. right here I've got these. I'm wondering, should I just do all of them in black or just do different color? I think I'm just gonna do all of them in black. Yeah, just make it simple. Guys, I do not have black vinyl, which is weird. I should have black vinyl, but I don't find any black permanent vinyl. Therefore, I am going to use this dark red one. I'm going to measure the cup and about to print this. If you can see right here, you can't even see the little cross for the T because they're so fine you can't even see it. So it looks like it's gone because this is the design and this is the design. So my thing is, please test the design first before you offer them. You might see a design that you really love, but please cut them out first and put them on a sample and see how they look. So you're gonna judge how hard it is to weed. Does it hold up enough? Does it stick to the cup or the glass, whatever you're using? So please do samples. Always check that it's on vinyl before you start. I'm going to use this because there are smaller designs. First, I weed the middle first. The middle letters first, and this is the one that I think is very durable and will last longer. And the vinyl that you choose to use as well, it really matters. I'm having trouble with this one. Oops, see, I'm having massive trouble. I'm having trouble with this one because of these small parts. I need to read the middle. So, as I said before, take in consideration the weeding, not just how it looks on the glass. And here, I don't know how am I gonna get that. Okay, I got it out. That's that one. This is my favorite one as it relates to how the pattern looks. But we need to get in. We need to get one. They've got some fine thing here which is very hard to get out. Mentioned this is the vinyl that I recently started using and I like it. It's Tech Wrap. So as you can see, I'm going really slow in this part of the video because I just want you guys to see in real time how long it takes to weed,
how long it takes to take off the transfer tape, how long it takes to add it to the cup. So it's like in real life, so you can relate to what I'm doing. So that's why I'm not fast forwarding most of the video, but I will do so soon. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Comment below if you're liking this video so far. Yeah.
What's good? It's all right. It's okay. In a good way. In a good way.
I literally forgot that I had 5 and not 4, so that's why I spaced them out like that.
In a good way. In a good way. Hey.
Have it. I remember that I've got this tiny glass, so I might just put this one on it to just see how it's looking. You have to be careful with these ones so that they don't break, because they're very thin. And it could be because I used this transfer tape like 5 times. See? As I said, it looks good on paper. I'm gonna give you guys a different view. Final look. It really does look good on paper, to be honest. When I said on paper, meaning like this. But honestly, to give this like 3 washes, it's going to lift off eventually. So these ones now, this one, the dots might go and it might start lifting from this area. This is where it's gonna start lifting from. Then we go here. We can't even see the T, the slash where the T is there. This one, I think if I'd done it a bit bigger, it would have gone well, but I still like this one, but it should have just been a bit bigger. You can see everything on this one, and we know that it's going nowhere. And then I think that's all. That's everything. That's all the fonts. I should have done them a bit bigger to be more accurate. But I want to know what you guys think. What font is your favorite? Choosing the wrong font or patterns can be the hit or miss for your business. You need to have bold. Even this one, bold them. Don't let them be that thin. If you can bold, if you want some type of cursive writing, ensure that you do it in bold, and it might last longer. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys like it. Comment below what you think. If you got any other video ideas, please leave it below. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.